If you live somewhere like I live, where the seasons are either really warm or ridiculously cold, you have to be prepared for the weather. So, in this video, we're going to talk about how to be prepared to go outside when the temperatures are dropping to 10 or 20 below zero, which that happens quite often where I live. I'm Danette. This is Danette's Kitchen. And of course, Danette's Kitchen isn't just about food, it's about preparedness, everything, including the kitchen sink. Um, Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to grab something real quick. We're going to work through this process together. As I said, it gets pretty dang cold here when it's winter. When it's summer, it's nice, it's beautiful outside. There's mosquitoes, big mosquitoes, birds. You see wildlife, you see nature, it's wonderful. When it gets cold, it's a game changer. So here in Minnesota, we dress in multiple layers. So we're prepared for whatever may come up. Right now, you see, I just have on a long john top and a pair of pants. Let's call that layer number one. The wind is kind of blowing fiercely outside. We've received weather advisory of strong winds and the potential for the temperature to go overnight between 10 below and 20 below zero, which means getting to work tomorrow is going to be interesting. I have my glasses, but I'm going to put those to the side for a minute. Over top of my long john top, I'm going to pull this up too, just so that keeps my hair out of the way. Because if you have hair like mine, and it's going to be like hassle to deal with, especially if you're trying to get to work or other things, you want to have that pulled back so that when as you layer up, your hair is still together when you get where you're going to. I'm going to add a sweater over top of this long john top. And I know somebody's probably saying, well, duh, that's obvious. But what's obvious for some is not as obvious to others. And we're living in a time where temperatures are changing all around the world. Places that normally don't get snow are getting snow. There's power outages. People that are not used to having to drive and deal with inclement weather are having to do that now. So, nice, loose fitting, comfortable sweater. It could be cotton, it could be wool. Some people say they're allergic to wool. Believe it or not, there's some kinds of wools that are out there that are not itchy or scratchy or whatever, but wear whatever to your liking. And some people may want to put a sweatshirt over top of that long john top. Next, for me, are my snow pants. Yes, I wear the snow pants. I'm not in kindergarten, and no, I don't go skiing. This is a necessity for me so that I'm prepared. You can go out and buy them in whatever store that you see fit. You can pay a lot for it, you can pay a little for it. So, they have pockets on the side. So, if you need, oh my goodness, it is really blowing outside. If you need those, great. Next thing I do is I have my boots. You can have tall boots that come up to your knee. I like these because they give me a little bit more mobility. Make sure that you have something that's going to keep moisture out. And there's some, like these actually have a zipper spot on the side. And I don't know why I untied the boots, But I was thinking that they were like my other pair that didn't have the zipper. Whatever you do, try to get something that's going to fit, be comfortable, and have good traction on the bottom because you really don't want to slip and fall out in that weather. And I have, if I don't add another layer, depending on how cold it is outside, then I add my jacket. This jacket's pretty neat because it actually has kind of a glovelet thing, even though I really don't use it that often because usually it's just too cold and I just have gloves that I would put on. Scarf, and then a hat that's going to fit well enough to cover all of my hair. And as you know, I have quite a bit back there. So once everything is on and zipped up, then I'm ready to go. I'm not leaving all that on right now though, because it is hot. So once you've layered up and you got your stuff together, I'm going to be ready to leave. If it's bad weather, you might want to leave a little extra early so that you make it to your destination on time. You might want to carry a backpack or some kind of other pack with you. If you're in a car, you want to make sure that you have your emergency supplies in your car, like a little tin can with some um, road salt or de-icer that you can put down if need be. You want to have, if you have the car can, you might want to have like a candy bar or a granola bar or something in that. I just have my backpack because I'll either walk or get a lift. Um, I carry a piece of fruit. I carry my cane in case I'm having a bad day. I have a fold-up one that I can carry in my backpack. I keep a spare shirt and pair of pants at work in case something happens where it's just so windy and gusty and the snow is blowing so much that I might end up needing to change my clothes because the wind will make my clothes nice and wet. Closer here. And if I end up walking all the way to work, I might take this. This is a walking stick. See people using these all the time. This is actually a pretty tall one, very sturdy. I paid like $5 for it from a place called Axeman. That is a place that has just random stuff, all kinds of random stuff. Um, and like if there's an overstock somewhere else, they give the rest of it to Axeman, or if it was a going out of business sale or whatever, they may give the rest of that to Axeman. Kind of works like Big Lots, but it's not on the scale of Big Lots. This is, there's like two locations that I know of for Axeman. But they do have really good random stuff, and they even have some prepper books, which are really, really awesome. Some really good prepper books there. One nice thing about this is at the end of this, you've got your little rubber piece, just like you would see on a cane. However, if it's icy out, you take this off and you have that, which will help you grab the ground a lot better and keep you from falling, especially if you end up being in a situation where it starts snowing and snowing and snowing and doesn't stop snowing. I even put some reflective tape up there at the top part of that. 30 years ago, I was in the snowstorm here in Minnesota where we had over 24 inches of snow in a day. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't experienced it myself, but since I have experienced it, I just say it's good for people to be prepared for whatever might come up. But you want to dress appropriately, have everything you need, have your backpack ready, and if you're able to, carry a bottle of water or something with you. There's side pockets on the backpack, or if there's a space in your backpack, just because you don't know what might come up, or if traffic kind of shuts down, you might find yourself walking for an extended period of time, which walking can be fun if the weather's nice, but if it's like how it looks like it's about to be here in Minnesota, which is not really out of the norm, it's good to be prepared. People are already starting to move their vehicles and get out and get stuff that they need in my neighborhood. Um, but the thing about weather here is if we get a big dumping of snow, then they will say that there's a weather advisory and that it may be a snow emergency, and the city will tell people to park on the odd side of the street on a certain day and then even side of the street on another day. So that way they can have a snow plow come down and plow half of the street one day and then the other half of the street the next day. It works really well. It keeps the system going. It keeps people able to go to work and to do everything that they need to do. But the thing is, if you forget or somehow incapacitated or away on vacation and you left your car just sitting out front thinking everything was going to be fine, don't be surprised if you come back and your vehicle has been towed to the impound lot. And if it's been towed to the impound lot, that means you're going to be paying quite a bit. You'll be paying for the ticket that they put on it first. You'll be paying the fee for the tow, and then you'll be paying a fee for each day that it's in the impound lot. And then when you come to pick it up, you have to have your proof of insurance and your ID, blah, blah, blah. And it takes you probably about 5 or 6 hours. It can take a good portion of your day to go through the paperwork piece and to pay your cash and to ride in the little vehicle that goes through the impound lot looking over the sea of thousands of vehicles to help you find your car. I mean, I experienced that once and once was enough, and I'm very thankful that I I have a bike. Um, and I work close enough to where I live that I can either walk there, bike there, walk to the bus stop and bus there if I wanted to, or whatever. I have more options, so I'm close enough to the things that I need. I try to stay prepared with having some food stocked up for myself and my pet, so that if something should happen, the power should go out, or it becomes some crazy blizzard or whatever, I can still get around and do what I need to do. And if I have to stay in, that's fine too, because I have what I need in the comfort of my own home. So, that's a few tips for you right there on dressing for the weather. And yes, you could dress in more layers than what I do, but this is just to let you know it's that time of the year. Hope you and all yours are well and that you're prepared. And if you're not prepared, take some steps right now. Don't wait till the power goes out to do something. Don't wait for the snowstorm or whatever inclement weather to hit to say, I probably should have something in place. Just do yourself a favor and treat yourself right. Don't cheat yourself out of the peace and safety that you can have at home. I'll talk to you again soon.